Okay, so today's lesson is all about quadratic inequalities using tabular method. Okay, so let us have our first example. So if you have a quadratic inequality, first thing you need to do is make it as an equation. So for example, this one, so this will become x squared minus 4x minus 5 is equals to 0. And then you need to factor this one so that we could identify our critical values. So the factor for this will be x minus 5, x plus 1. So you have x minus 5 and x plus 1. Hence, your critical values equating this by 0. So your first value is 5 and your second value is minus 1. After this, you need to draw your you need to form a real number line so that we could identify the possible inequalities. So here is negative, here is positive. So in this case, we have three possible inequalities. It could be less than minus 1, it could be minus 1 to 5, or greater than 5. So you have three possible options. So let's put it in a table. So you have your possible solution, your three inequalities, x less than minus 1, x is from minus 1 to 5, or x could be greater than 5. After that, we will find a test point. What is a test point? It is a value a value which is in these inequalities. So it could be, for example, here x is less than minus 1. It could be minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and so on and so forth. But I choose minus 2. Or from minus 1 to 5, minus 1 is not included, 5 is not included because there's no equal sign. So it could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will choose 0. X greater than 5, I will choose 6. Now, I will test this value here in my quadratic inequalities. So two ways. You could substitute it to your factors and take the signs, and then that will be equivalent to this. So we will substitute. When I put minus 2 here, minus 2 minus 5 will give me minus. The sign will be minus. Here it is also minus. So if you multiply this 2, the result will be this. Minus and minus will give me plus. If it's 0, minus here, plus multiplying this will give me minus. If it's 6, this will be plus, and this will be plus. Multiplying plus will give me plus. So I have three options. I have three values here. It is positive, negative, and positive. Positive for this inequality, negative for this inequality, and positive for this inequality. But which one should I choose? Now here, the given is less than 0. So you need to remember, if it's less than 0, you will take all negative. If it's greater 0, so you will take all positive. So this is negative and this is positive. So less than 0, what do we need? Negative. Where is negative here? This one. So which inequality is this? The second option. So therefore, your solution is this one. X is from minus 1 to 5. Okay? Because we need less than 0 or the negative, which gives me this one. So I will choose the second option. Okay, let's move to the second example. Okay, so our second example is it should be greater 0. So we have the same given in number 1, but greater than 0. So we already solved this one. So that means it has the same value with your number 1, this one. But we need the value which is greater than 0. So we have the same graph, but we need the positive. So what should we choose here in this kind of example? So we need the positive because the given here is greater 0, so we will choose all positive. So where is all positive? This one and this one. So therefore, your solution, which is positive, x less than minus 1, or the third one. Okay? So you have to check this one. Greater 0, I will take the positive. This is positive and this is positive. Okay. Let us have our third example. So first thing you have to do is to arrange. Always arrange your inequality. You start with the highest value, highest power. So less than 0. Now, here, if you could remember, the graph for this one is downwards. So I'm not good also with factoring a negative value. So that to make these things easier, you will going to divide all by -1 to remove the sign here. So negative and negative will give me positive. Negative and negative will give me positive. Positive and negative will give me negative. Take note that if you divide a negative to an inequality, remember it will change the inequalities from less than, this will become greater than 0. Now I will going to continue by making this as an equation. So now this is now an equation so that I could factor and find my critical values. So what is the factor for this? 2x and x. Here plus 3 minus 1. And then we will get our critical values by equating each factors by 0. So 2x equals 1. X is 1/2. So this is your first critical value. And so your second critical value is -3. You will put a real number line dividing this based on the critical values. So you have 3 options: less than -3, -3 to 1/2, or greater than 1/2. So again, you will make a table. So what are your tables? Your 3 options. Possible solution. So you have x less than -3, from -3 to 1/2 or greater than 1/2. Next is test point, and after your test point, you will take this and then the value of your second factor, the sign, and the overall. Okay, so I will choose a test point. Test point from less than -3. It could be -4, -5, -3 to 1/2. I will choose 0. And greater 1/2 could be 1. I will take now my sign. So what are the signs? If it's minus, so here -5. If it's -5, here -5, minus. Minus, minus will be plus. Or if it's 0, -1, 0 plus 3, so minus. If it's 1, plus, so the answer is plus. Now, question. This one, the first given or the second one. Take note, this one derived from this one. So you will pick the one where you got your factors. So what do we need? Greater 0, meaning we want all positive. Yeah? So we will choose this one and this. So therefore, the solution are this. So we will write solution is x is minus 3 or x greater than 1/2. Okay, let us have next example. Now, what about if you have a quadratic and you have a linear and you wanted to identify the end part or where they are together? So all you need to do, solve them individually. Okay, we will solve this. So this will be minus x squared plus 4x plus 12 greater than 0. Now I'm not good with negative, so I'm going to divide all by -1. So this will become positive, negative, negative. If I divide negative, so this will change. Always remember that. So I will going to make this as an equation now. And find my critical value. So what are the factors? X minus 6, x plus 2. So my critical values are x equals 6 and x minus 2. So I will find my solution. So minus 2, 6. So there will be 3 possible answers, 3 inequalities. So less than -2 to 6, or greater than 6. So I will continue. So possible solution. So -2 to 6, or x greater than 6. Then test point. And then my signs. Okay, if it's -2, maybe I will use -3. -2 to 6, 0 is part of the solution. Greater than 6 is 7. Now, if you don't want to use these factors, you can use directly your inequality. So inequality of x squared minus 4x minus 12, and just simply substitute your values of x here. So if it's -3, this will be 9. 9 plus 12 minus 12. So this will be positive. If it's 0, 0, 0, so -12. If it's 7, 7 squared is 49 minus this, which is 28. So this will, sorry, I should get the sign only. Now, what do I need? The less than 0. So we need the negative, which is this one. So the solution for the first inequality is -2 to 6. But we are not yet done. So my first solution is -2 to 6 because it is the one with negative, which I need here, less than 0. Okay, we have a first solution. So we will solve the linear. So what is this? 5x is greater than 2 plus 3, 5x greater than 5. I will divide both sides by 5 without changes because I divide positive. So x is greater than 1. Now that you have two values, you will draw it in one real number line. Okay, we're not 1 minute. Okay, so what are your solutions? Take note, your solutions are from -2 to 6 and x greater than 1. Okay, we will draw the first one. Minus 2 to 6. So minus 2 to 6. Okay, so this is your first solution, minus 2 to 6. Your second solution is x greater than 1. So greater than 1, open, going to the right. And we'll identify where they are together. So in this case, they are together in 1 until 6. So since they are together there, the solution will be, what is the solution? X is 1 to 6. From 1, between 1 to 6. So that will be your solution. I hope that is clear on how we're going to solve a quadratic and a linear. So let's have another example. Okay, so let's have example number 5. X squared, so we will solve this individual, making this as an equation. So factor this one, x minus 5, x minus 2 equals 0. So my critical values are x equals 5 and x equals 2. So the options 2 to 5. So possible solution, x less than 2, 2 to 5, or greater than 5. Test point. What are my test point? Less than 2, I will use 0. 2 to 5 could be 3. Greater than 5 could be 6. Then I will take the sign. What will be the sign for this one? So if it's 0, positive. If it's 3, what will be? 3 squared is 9. 19 minus 7 into 3 is 21. So negative. If it's 6, 36, 46 minus 46 minus 42, so positive. Now, which sign I need? Less than 0, which is negative. So therefore, this is the solution. So x is 2 to 5. Now I will solve the linear. 17 minus 5. 17 minus 5 is 12. Dividing both sides by 3. So x is 4. So we have two solutions. We will draw this in one real number line, like this one. We will plot the values. So the first value is 2 to 5. So 2 to 5. First solution, 2 to 5. X less than 4. So less than 4. Going to the left. And then where they are together. So they are together from this part to this part. So what is that? How? So to write that one as a solution. So therefore, your solution is x is 2 to 4. Okay, so again, solve individually. Solve this, and then plot in real number line to identify where they are together. So that's it.